Manchester City 3, Manchester United 1. This city is blue. It is ours. That was a lovely, lovely performance. Well, weirdly, and I'll get onto that in a bit, it was a tad underwhelming, which I would never thought I'd say about a 3-1 performance. But I'm happy. That's all that matters. Guys, Manchester City have just beat United. I'm going to talk about that today. I want to say thank you, though, to OneFootball. Go dive into that app. It's absolutely fantastic. In the link in the description below, you can download it now for absolutely free. You can revel in all the Derby Day goodness, because City have just shown that everyone knows that Manchester is indeed blue. It's going to be blue for a very long time, so make the most of it. Anyway, go down on OneFootball. It's absolutely fantastic, I promise you. Right, guys, City have just beat United 3-1. 3-1, yep, in the first leg of the Carabao Cup, we've done our job, we've done our bit away at Old Trafford, and it feels absolutely lovely. Do you know what the best thing about it is that we didn't really even have to try. Genuinely, we didn't even have to get out a second gear. We absolutely strolled that game of football. And only our own complacency stopped that from being an absolute battering. Overall, genuinely overall, it was good. It was good. It was totally good. But I feel like it just could have been so much more. You feel like it could have been like a 6-7-1. Could have another 6-1 if you really wanted to. Well, it should have been 6-0 or something like that, if we're being totally honest. But I am moaning there, I am moaning. But it's really notable that a 3-1 victory away at Old Trafford is still only just okay given the context of the game these days. It's kind of nice, really, isn't it? It's kind of nice indeed. So the game itself, I thought we'd start with like a 3-4-2-1 when I saw that kind of formation. It was weird. We had like no striker. And I thought, what are they going to do here? Is it going to be Sterling through the middle with Mahrez and Bernardo behind him? Maybe a back three. And what it ended up being was like a 3-1-6 or something like that. It was a weird formation. Basically, we had three defenders, Rodri kind of holding, and then just midfielders. His plan was just midfielders up there, go and be a midfielder and try and score. Honestly, everyone was going up front. And do you know what? It kind of worked. We did start off a little bit slowly. Took us a while to get into the game, if we're being totally honest. Mendy had a really poor start to the game. United got down the channel a couple of times. And then out of nowhere, Bernardo scored an absolute worldie. A genuinely stunning goal, like a rocket out the top corner. It reminded me of a Messi goal against against Brazil a few years ago for Argentina. Not sure if anyone ever saw it when he dribbled from the sideline and then kind of put it in the top corner. It just reminded me of that. Absolutely wonderful goal. And that really settled us into the game, unsurprisingly. When you get a goal of that quality, it doesn't half dissipate all the nerves that you've got going into the game. And then we looked really comfortable. We started genuinely dominating Manchester United. We were cutting through them with absolute ease. And the golfing quality really started to show. We should have killed this game in the first half. We should have been 4-5-0 at half-time. And that is not an exaggeration. It should have easily been that, being honest. You look at the quality of the chances. But we got a second eventually. It was Mahrez. There was a couple of chances before that with Walker picking up Sterling, and then City looking kind of really controlled. But Mahrez got the second after a Bernardo ball through the middle, and he rounded the keeper and slotted it home after about half an hour. And we looked totally in control, genuinely in control. Fernandinho was imperious. We were knocking the ball around for fun. And eventually we got the third that we deserved as well. KDB found himself 1-on-1. He absolutely destroyed Phil Jones. I'd say he'd ended Phil Jones' career, but Phil Jones ended his own career ages ago. It was Messi on Jerome Boateng kind of levels of destruction. He sat him on his arse. His shot was saved, and the shot kind of ricocheted off Andreas Pereira into his own goal. 3-0, and totally deserved at that point. I don't know how it remained 3-0. Sterling had a shocker. I love you, Raheem, but that was a shocker. And 42 minutes, he missed a decent chance. Could have been offside, but KDB picked him out absolutely perfectly. Then literally a minute later, he miskicked from like 2 yards out. He wouldn't have been offside for that one. I don't know how he did it. Genuinely strange. And half-time came probably too soon for us, really. We're all over United. United did show up in the second half. Matic came on and he started to control the game a little bit more. Eventually, we started to kind of really find a little bit of rhythm in that second half, but we got a bit too complacent. We kind of controlled the ball for long spells of possession, passing it around really comfortably, but there was very early signs of us starting to kind of go through the motions a little bit. You really wanted to see City go for that killer instinct in the second half. Around 60 minutes, I was really crying at Pep just to make some changes. Bring on Gabriel Jesus or someone like that. Bring on Phil Phil Foden. I understood if he wasn't going to be a striker because I do understand the system was working so well because we had that rotating striker thing going on. And if you bring on a striker, all of a sudden that rotating striker thing doesn't work because you've got a striker just there. So I understood his reluctance to change that, but at least bring off the players who weren't playing well, or at least change it up a little bit. It was crying out for Phil Foden, in my humble opinion. Sterling had a bit of a mare. Genuinely, he was really, really, really poor today. One of his worst performances in a City shirt. And I love Raheem, genuinely, but he's not himself at the moment. He needs 2 weeks on the beach somewhere in Jamaica to rest and clear his head because he started doubting himself after that missed chance around the 40-minute mark. And after that, his game was just gone. He was really slowing down our attacks. He was making the wrong decision with every single pass, cutting inside, getting tackled. Just a very poor performance. I wanted Foden to come on and link with Mendy down the left, which he's very good at doing, and kind of operating that side, inside left channel, and just run at United's kind of very shaky back line. But we didn't do it. We got very complacent. We started passing it around, enjoying the olays from the fans, and eventually our own complacency led to KDB under hitting a pass to Rodri. Rodri couldn't really commit to the challenge because he'd already got a yellow card. Also, Mendy just looked like a lost little rabbit, kind of running in every direction. He couldn't get anywhere near Rashford. Don't know what he was doing, but the mistake initially wasn't his, in my humble opinion. It was KDB and the rest of the team for being complacent. Anyway, Rashford scored his obligatory goal against Manchester United. I swear he's got a curse on us or something like that, or he's contractually obliged to score against us every single time he plays. But it was a decent finish. Bravo, obviously. Bravo may as well be in a traffic cone. I don't think he could have got near this one, but he never gets near any of them. But that's it, basically. We played the game out from that point on. We didn't really create anything in that second half, which is frustrating because we should have. Actually, I tell a lie. We had one lovely bit just before their goal where we had passed the ball around for absolutely ages. Mendy burst to midfield. The ball was worked its way over to Mahrez, who beat his man, and then De Gea made a good save. But other than that, I can't really think of anything in the second half. But it was a good performance. It was a solid performance. Individually, Bravo is Bravo. He nearly spilled a Rashford shot into the goal. I cannot wait for him to leave. I think he's absolutely naff. Good guy, and thanks for the memories, Bravo. Some positive, mostly crap, but just not good enough. Oh, it makes me on edge, genuinely. Decent passer, though. I'll give him that, overall. Walker, I thought, was really good. Really good defensively, Walker. Solid, a leader, and very kind of stoic on the ball, and very kind of reliable. Good performance from him. Fernandinho, an absolute rock as ever. Fernandinho, Jenny was fantastic. So composed on the ball. Really kind of brought it out really well, as he always does. And he read the game absolutely excellently. The best central defender on the pitch. And that's embarrassing for the other central defenders, including the United ones and ours. Also, Mendy was fine up until that moment with the goal where he just looked like he'd glitched out on FIFA and he ran the opposite direction. It was a very strange bit of defending. Mendy started really badly, genuinely badly, giving the ball away. And he didn't really get a chance to stretch his legs to get on the pitch tonight because I don't think Sterling was linking up with him particularly well. And we weren't really using his attacking prowess. I thought he was fine in the second half, totally fine. He kind of calmed down a little bit and he was okay at that point. Gundogan, very Gundogan. Sometimes really good at controlling the ball, sometimes disappearing. De Bruyne was okay. He was alright. He could have had an assist for Sterling. A decent-ish performance. Got injured at one point. Thankfully, he's okay and he walked off and he looked like he was going to be unconscious at some point. But he was okay. He was alright. Rodri, I thought he was fine as well. He got a yellow card for a relatively cynical challenge, but he probably had to make it. And I thought he was decent as well. Generally helped us control the midfield, which we did overall. Mahrez, a really nice finish for the goal. He didn't really get in much. I think he was probably our most threatening forward player overall. Actually, no, that was Bernardo, obviously. But Mahrez was good after Bernardo. Bernardo himself, what a goal. What a wonderful goal and a great assist as well. He came alive for this game. He was probably our most effective performer on the pitch alongside Fernandinho, I would say, and a good performance. And Sterling, as I said, it was just a bad performance, like a shocker, a genuine shocker. I love you, Raheem, but that was a really bad performance. But overall, it was good, Like, I'm delighted that we've shown United who's boss because we are vastly better than them. I only just wish that the gulf of quality between the two teams was shown up even further because we should have genuinely humiliated United. I'm really gutted that the second half we didn't go and put a foot on their throat and really make them kind of rue the lack of quality because now we've got a game at the Etihad where United have got a little bit of temptation because they think we can actually turn this around now. They'll believe that they can do that, and you know what? Maybe they possibly can. And that's what makes me really frustrated because this could have easily been put to bed. We could have easily rested a couple of the players and gone into that second leg with 4-5-0 up, and we would have basically been guaranteed to go through. There's no guarantees in football, but you know what I mean. Surely, if United would have seen that as a step too far start for them. As it is now, 3-1 with 90 minutes left. They've already scored 2 goals at the Etihad this season, so there's no reason why they can't do it again. That's what they'll be saying to themselves in the dressing room, and they'll hope to keep a clean sheet. And all of a sudden, I'm just gutted that we've given them a chance now to feel confident about the game. We really, really, really should have destroyed them. The system did kind of work, if we're being honest. Like many others, when I saw it at the start, I was like, all right, what are we doing there? But we did create plenty of chances, and it was only our own wastefulness in front of goal that basically stopped us from being a cricket score, and maybe a bit of complacency in the second half. I wasn't really keen on that when I saw it in the first half, but this is why Guardiola is paid the big bucks and we're not, because he's a genius and he knows what he's doing. I was a little bit frustrated by his lack of substitutions. Like the game was clearly crying out for a little bit of creativity or a little bit of impetus or someone to take the game by the scruff of the neck in the second half. But we had done the job. If someone told me beforehand that we would have won 3-1, I would have been absolutely delighted. And you've got to look at the bigger 90-minute picture in general. We've done a very professional job. We've got a 2-goal advantage from away from home at Old Trafford, and then we go back home to take them to the Etihad to get through to another final. It's a really good night of football for Manchester City, and we've shown once again how far ahead of them we are. I think we all know that in general, but it's really nice just to rub it in their little faces, isn't it? I absolutely love it. It's good. It just could have been so much more. But still, that shows once again how far we've come, that I'm even, despite that result, I'm not delighted. I am delighted, but expectations have absolutely rocketed. God, we've changed so much, haven't we, as a club? Guys, we've just beat United 3-1. It's nice, isn't it? It's genuinely nice. It's good. It's a good performance. And it looks like we're going to be favourites yet again for another final. Manchester is blue. Guys, subscribe, like, comment down on One Football, and go and wind up a United fan in a bit.